Hi, I'm Tim Hawn, and this is my wife, Melissa.
Pastor Ben asked us to share with you all a little bit about the past year and a half of our lives. Things don't always go as planned, but that's just part of life.
And when we met, we were both already Christians, and I knew quickly, it took me about a week, to know that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. So decided to leave Louisiana, where my career was, and ask her to marry me.
So we had a fairy tale love story, a beautiful wedding, and a wonderful honeymoon. But as soon as we got home from the honeymoon was over.
Actually, on the last day of our honeymoon, our mechanic called and said that Melissa's car was going to cost more to fix than it was worth, which is always great news when you now don't have a job. So that was great.
We came home to a leaky, busted kitchen faucet.
And then over the course of 2 weeks, received a letter from the IRS saying that I owed them $15,000.
One Saturday night, I guess a week later, we were playing board games with Tim's family, and he got a phone call about 9 o'clock, and it was from his dermatologist who was on vacation in Hawaii. But he called Tim to let him know that the spot that he had removed on his arm had tested positive for melanoma.
And that's a really weird phone call to get, and kind of a buzzkill when you're playing board games. So I really didn't sleep that much that night, and decided to get on the internet and just kind of look into what exactly this was, because when he called, he said it was serious and that I needed to see a specialist the following week about it. So went to the internet, did a lot of digging around. It was a very bad idea. I just don't suggest it. You could look up how to treat a splinter and find out you need to amputate your arm. It's kind of how it goes. So I should have opened my Bible first, but I failed to do so, and it's kind of a scary situation. And then I made her promise me to not do any internet research because of that.
Yeah. 2 surgeries and lots of tests later, we found out that the cancer had spread into the bloodstream and was also in some of Tim's lymph nodes. So that was considered stage 3B melanoma. And we had a couple options of treatment, so we prayed about it, and after lots of prayer and consideration, we decided to do a clinical trial that lasts about 2 years.
With all the other things that have kind of built up to this, to the cancer, I really didn't handle them looking back how I should have, because there were things I could take care of as a man, fix things, make money to pay for things, take care of her. But this was completely out of my hands, and we both had to get in the mindset of that's really how everything should be, is no matter how big or small, you can give everything to God. Mm-hmm. And that's very freeing. And when you make Christ the source of your joy, you can live a whole nother life. And one day we were in the car, the day after we found out that the cancer had actually spread, we were in the car and I was taking her to work. And
since my car wasn't working.
And she just started crying, and which really breaks my heart because I'm supposed to take care of her, and I really felt like I was failing her in all regards here 3 weeks in to our marriage. And then I really feel that God spoke to me and said that we can't let our situations determine our joy and how we live our lives. And we both really got a hold of that. And that really, really sets you free from the chains that can just bind you up in depression and self-pity and fear with no matter what you're going through. And it's really an awesome thing to experience the love and protection and assurance that Christ gives you. And cancer is definitely not a blessing, but having that realization definitely was a life changer for me and for us to experience that end of things.
Nobody said the Christian life would be easy, but nobody told us it would be this hard either.
So, Christian or not, we will experience death, sickness, broken hearts, pain, suffering, everything. But through Christ, we don't have to let those situations rule our lives. Rather, we get to live in His joy, His peace, and assurance that He offers all of us through His blood in the midst of those trials.
And just so you know, Tim fixed the faucet the next day. We decided to run my car into the ground, and it's still chugging along. And the IRS audit came back, and it was a clerical mistake. Took about a year to fix, but in the end, they owed us money.
Yeah.
And God is continually providing Tim with work right here close to home.
And I am cancer-free, which is awesome. But most importantly, God is good yesterday, today, and tomorrow.